Mritaduhe namaha. Done. This setting is okay?
This is fine.
It's fine. Hare Krishna.
Sadhu.
Hare Krishna. So welcome all of you. We are very happy to have our session today in this place, wonderful place that Prabhuji has offered, Prabhuji and Mataji. Thank you very much. We also seek blessings of His Holiness Srila Bhakti-Charu Swami Maharaj, whose auspicious Vyas Puja appearance day is today. But I think the celebrations will also be there on Friday, so we will be observing celebrations again on Friday. So we seek blessings of Maharaj Ji also. So we are studying from second chapter and we have seen till verse 11. So we will continue and we want to go up to verse 38 today. We want to complete up to text 38. So this section, it's visible clearly? Should I increase the size? Yes. All right, so in yesterday's session, we saw this first part of the second chapter. Second chapter is titled as Contents of the Gita Summarized. So, can anyone tell what was the fifth reason that Arjuna gave in order to not fight the war? You can raise the hand. Raise the hand if you remember. Yes, Mataji.
Indecision of Arjuna.
Indecision. What does that mean?
He was confused. Arjun was confused that keeping in mind all that which he discussed before in first chapter, that they are all, how he should fight against them. That was the indecision which he had. Confusion.
Correct. Yes. So indecision oftentimes leads to passivity, right? If we are confused, then we become passive. So Arjuna also was not sure whether he should fight or whether he should not fight. Yadva jayema yadivano jayeyu. So we see that Krishna spoke the words to Arjuna first, but he did not instruct him. We see that first he spoke 2 verses, but he did not instruct. So what was the reason that Krishna did not instruct him? Yes, Mataji?
Because he is not surrendered.
Yeah, because he had not surrendered. So in order to get instructions as a guru, the surrender aspect is very, very important. So once Arjuna surrendered, then Krishna started speaking like guru. So which is the verse that describes the surrender of Arjuna? Karpanya dosho bahata subhav. That's right, perfect. Yes. When Bhagavad Gita was spoken, who all did hear the Bhagavad Gita? Only Krishna, only Arjuna, both of them, none of them, all of them? What exactly? Yes, anyone? Who all did hear Bhagavad Gita? Everybody?
Can you please repeat the question?
I'm asking, when Bhagavad Gita was being spoken, who all heard Bhagavad Gita?
Arjun, Sanjay.
And one more thing, the tree in the where the what is
How about the soldiers? Did they hear?
Everyone was there.
Shivani Mataji? Everyone was there, but who heard?
The soldiers and everyone was there in the battlefield. They all heard.
They all heard. Okay? Everyone heard. Everyone heard. Srila Baladev Vidyabhushara explains that everyone heard the Bhagavad Gita. Of course, not everyone understood like Arjuna understood. As such, even Dhritarashtra heard Bhagavad Gita. Amazing, no? But the effect of Bhagavad Gita on Arjuna and on Dhritarashtra was completely different. Dhritarashtra just felt depressed that probably my sons won't win, looks like. But he still had hope against hope. And so much so that after hearing entire Bhagavad Gita from Sanjaya, later when the war was lost and when he came in front of Bhima and he knew that Bhima had killed all his 100 sons, so what did Dhritarashtra want to do to Bhima? He wanted to crush Bhima because he thought this is the singular person who has killed all my sons. So he said, please come, Bhatije, aa jao, aapka alingan karna chahta hu, I want to embrace you. And Dhritarashtra also had great strength. So he wanted to crush Bhima by embracing. So Lord Krishna said, Bhima was like ready to go. Krishna said, wait, stay back. And then Krishna had one statue, iron statue made of Bhima. And he said to Dhritarashtra that, yes, Bhima is here, please embrace. And then he embraced the iron statue. Finished. Whole statue was destroyed by him. And then he started crying. Krishna, please forgive me. I just couldn't tolerate Bhima, how he could kill all my sons. So I killed Bhima. So Krishna said, no, don't worry, Bhima is here. So you can imagine, this is after hearing Bhagavad Gita. So you may hear same Bhagavad Gita, but then depends on what is the purpose, motivation. That impact won't occur if our motivation is not good. So we have to have our right motivation. Then the impact will occur. Otherwise, Bhagavad Gita is such wonderful knowledge, but still we see that. So finally then Dhritarashtra, what it took for him to come to his senses was Vidura's terrible words. Vidura spoke to him like, he said, you are like a dog. And dog, that too eating food of whom? Food thrown by Bhima, who killed your 100 sons. What a pathetic life. So then that's when Dhritarashtra felt that I should quit. So you can see that's Dhritarashtra, one who has held on to the Rashtra. He is not ready to live only. Even though everybody is defeated, all his sons are killed, still he was thinking, I am the king. That was his, because Yudhishthira was giving him so much respect. So he thought, I am the king. It is mentioned in Mahabharata that Bhima used to throw the food to Dhritarashtra. He used to say like, khao. Badaya Raja. Take it. So still Dhritarashtra used to take that royal honor. He was like that attached to Dhrita. That's why Dhritarashtra. And you may say, why Bhima was doing like that? No, he used to also do like that deliberately because he thought that this person is so attached. He should be detached now. So Bhima used to do like that. Finally then Vidura knocked him out of that orbit of kingdom and directed him to the forest. And we know what happened to him then. He got liberated then. So that is mentioned in Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 13th chapter. And so you see, both of them heard Bhagavad Gita, but effect is different. Because our purpose determines what effect we will have. If the purpose is not right, then there won't be much impact. We have to reform the purpose. Somebody said something? No? Okay. On phone maybe. So as soon as Krishna started speaking as a guru, what was the first thing he spoke to Arjuna? Anyone? What was the first thing that Krishna spoke?
We are not using this one. We are not using.
We are not using this? Okay, then you can remember. It is illusion. Okay, so what was Krishna's first, yes.
Ashosham.
Correct. So what does that mean?
You are lamenting for which is not to be lamented.
Yeah. So, it's not coming? A screen share. Mattah smritir jnanam apavanam ch. Later. Share. Okay. So you say, what is the first argument of Arjuna and how is Krishna starting to refute? Which argument he is refuting of Arjuna?
He didn't want to fight and didn't want to go for fighting, so he was in a dilemma. So for
That was the argument of Arjuna? That I don't want to fight and I want to go begging? Not exactly, no? What was Krishna addressing as soon as he began to speak? Arjuna gave 5 reasons, right? So, which reason Krishna started addressing immediately out of 5?
Compassion. First is compassion.
Compassion, yeah. Compassion. He started addressing the reason of compassion first. See. Remember the connections, otherwise for you the whole thing may appear like connections you remember. See, Arjuna sorry. See Arjuna's arguments. Compassion. Compassion is the argument given in 1.28 to 1.30, right? How can I kill them? And that is being refuted in? So first one, which argument Arjuna is refuting? Compassion argument. I mean Krishna is refuting, sorry. Lord Krishna is refuting which argument? Compassion. Then he'll refute loss of enjoyment. Then he'll speak about fear of sinful reactions. So these 3 arguments we want to see today. How Krishna is refuting that. So in that compassion, because Arjuna was thinking, how can I kill this person? They will be meeting their death. I feel very compassionate. I don't want to kill this person and end his existence. Arjuna was feeling like that. So this is actually completely on the bodily basis, no? Not seeing the soul at all. So that's why Krishna first begins with the basic knowledge, which is the knowledge of one's own identity. So what did Krishna say in the first verse? He said that actually wise people, they don't lament for living or dead. They don't lament for gross body, they don't lament for subtle body, they don't lament for soul. Nothing. But you are lamenting. So foremost important thing is you first understand what is the real identity. See, sometimes you go to a mental asylum, Pagal Khana. So then as soon as you go there, enter. One time I had visited for some preaching program. So as soon as you enter, they will say, stop there, go, move aside, Maharaj Ji is coming. Kone Maharaj? Another Pagal, another madman, and he comes. Rajadhiraj is coming, like that. And then all other mad people, they also line up, And if you are not lining up, they will pull you. Hey, Rajaji is coming, like that. So you saw this. Huh? So when I visited, this person was thinking him as Sultan, Delhi ka Sultan. And everybody else has to welcome him and like that. उसमें से एक उसकी क्या बोलते हैं उनको, Queen also was there. रानी जी भी थी एक. I mean, man only. He's considering him as his Rani, and this is going on. So interesting, right? So if you have to cure these people, first and foremost, you have to tell them who they are. See, if you think that you are Sultan, then you are going to think that that is Sultani or whatever, that is Queen, and these are subjects, and those are enemies and everything. Because the basic problem is what? What are you thinking about oneself? That I am Sultan, I am the king. Somebody thinks I am Alexander, then he will say that this is Philip, and that is Porus, Alexander Porus, you know the history. So like that. Why? Because root problem is one is thinking about himself, self-identity only is forgotten. That way. It's like you are solving a long triple integral, double integral, and you, first step you have written 2 + 2 = 5. Basic. If you go below all the way, first step 2 + 2 = 5. That's it. That's the mistake now. It's going to carry over and maybe get compounded also. So Krishna also, that's why he first addresses first fundamental problem. You are thinking that, oh, these people, how can I kill them? I should be compassionate, and they will all be destroyed. First understand their identity. Understand your identity also. What is the true identity? We are not the body. So, unless until you bring people to the real identity, their perception of the world will be different only, no? So like typically for these mad people also, then I asked, what do you do? So they were saying school, in childhood. So we take them to those places and try to remind them, do you remember? You are Mr. So-and-so. And that fellow is saying, I don't remember. But seeing these places, sometimes there, revival of memory happens. And then once he is reminded, oh, I am so-and-so. And then the whole world becomes, proper perception comes in then. He is no longer Alexander. And the other guy is no longer Philip or whatever. Everything is proper. So it all begins with proper identity of oneself, isn't it? If one is thinking about oneself only something else, then the whole perception will be. Like Prabhupada said, simple example. If you wear blue glasses and say that, आज सब नीला पहन के क्यों आए? अरे ये भी नीला, वो भी नीला. That is also blue. That is she also blue. Everybody blue. They are not wearing blue. You take off the specs. You are wearing the blue specs. So similarly, if one is thinking about himself as body, one is not understanding that one is spirit soul, then one will also see everybody else accordingly only. So Arjuna's whole conception is actually on bodily level. He is seeing that these all people, they will be killed and then they will be destroyed. So I don't want to destroy them. I don't want to kill them. He was feeling some sort of compassion. So that's the basis in this world also, right? People see that how many people actually understand this fact that we are not body, we are spirit soul. Prabhupada would say that sometimes that conception is so strong. Prabhupada, when he initially spoke to hippies that we are not body, we are spirit souls. I am not my body, I am spirit soul. So hippies thought that Prabhupada is spirit soul, we are bodies only. Whenever Prabhupada said, no, I am not my body, I am spirit soul, they used to think, okay, Prabhupada is soul. What about you? No, I am body only. In fact, one hippie asked Prabhupada was again and again saying, that you're not your body. You're not your body. So he said, if I am not my body, then whose body I am? You understand? Whose body I am then? Meaning he is convinced that he is what? Body. If not my own, somebody else's. But I am body. Like that. So that's why in Prabhupada's teachings you see that one line he keeps on hammering. What is that? You are not body, you are the spirit soul. He keeps on hammering that continuously. Because even though so many times it is hammered, we keep on forgetting this aspect. And what to speak of someone who doesn't have knowledge this way. So it's very important. Prabhupada was a very unique preacher actually, who not only just spoke this aspect that you are not the spirit soul, you are the spirit soul, but he also said you are not the body. Some other people also came that time, some Maharshi Yogi and others, and they used to also say, Aham Brahmasmi, Soham, I am the spirit soul. Similarly, you are the spirit soul. But Prabhupada added one more line. I am the spirit soul and I am not body. So if I am not body, all the bodily activities and all, they take a back seat. What takes important is the spiritual activity. So Prabhupada, that's why he was a very unique preacher actually. He taught concepts very, very in a unique manner. Like even to child, Prabhupada would teach this concept that who you are, try to understand first. So child, 4-year-old child, Prabhupada said to him, show me your ears. And then he did like, show me your eyes. Show me your nose. Show me your hands. Show me your feet. Show me yourself. And child, yourself? Where will you show, right? Exactly. When I say show me yourself, so here, no, that's your head. That's your hand. That's your belly. Show me yourself. And child is wondering, again doing like this. And he is not able to find himself. So he's saying, Prabhupada, where is myself? And then Prabhupada would teach him that actually how you are not the body but you are spirit soul. So you see his expertise of teaching even a child. He created an excitement in the child that how is I am not able to point to myself. Because anything you say this, oh, this is your chest, this is your belly. But where is you? Where are you? Sorry, where are you? And then the child opened up and then Prabhupada would explain. See, you are a spirit soul. This is body. You can't believe, like, right? Some 4 or 5 years old child also. Prabhupada was having a very amazing ability. So Krishna, that's why he is beginning with fundamental. 2 plus 2 equal to 5 kaise likha tumne? You cannot do that basic mistake. So Krishna is correcting that in this section by speaking about what is our fundamental identity? Yes? We are not body, we are? No Alexander, nothing. We are Krishna Das, spirit soul. So Krishna says, first you understand this. Once you understand this, then your false compassion on the bodily level, then it won't be, it won't exist. It will go away, right? So with this understanding he speaks now, giving. So this entire section is dedicated for this, to give this understanding that, see, for the soul there is no death. You are talking about death, compassion, this, that. But does the soul die? No. So you have to understand even this Bhishma and Drona, by your killing they are not going to die per se, in the sense that they will have another body, they will take another bodies. What you are speaking on false compassion level, Arjuna was completely speaking on bodily level, that's the thing. And Krishna is taking him to which level now? From bodily to spirit soul, spiritual level. Understand things from spiritual perspective. That's Krishna's purpose here in speaking this section. So let's read. Natvevaham jatunasam Natvam neme janadhipaha Nachaiva na bhavishyamaha Sarve vayam madhah param. Yes.
Never was there a time when I did not exist, nor your, nor all these things, nor in the future shall any of these case to be.
Cease to be. Huh? So, you are lamenting that if I kill Bhishma, if I kill Drona, all these soldiers and all, I'll be destroying them. How can I destroy their bodies? How can I kill them in this way? But you have to know, never was there a time when I was not there, you were not there, these kings were not there. And none of us in future shall cease to be. We will continue to exist. So, if before also we were there, right now also we are there, and we will also continue to exist later. So, what is the lamentation about? Fine, you are saying that in this war you are going to kill and all that, but is that going to destroy their existence completely? Will these soldiers, warriors, will they be destroyed or will they continue to live? What do you say? They will continue to live. It's just that they will continue to live in another body. So, you have to see that the principle over here is the eternality of the soul that he is speaking. First of all, you understand this principle. You are talking so much about, oh, how can I kill these people? How can I destroy their life? But come on, when you fight in the battlefield and when you are going to kill them, it's not like their existence is to be destroyed. No, these all people will continue to exist in the future also. Bhishma, Drona, they'll take new bodies. Like that. Dharma Yuddha. By Dharma Yuddha you go to heaven typically. And then after spending some time in heaven, then one comes to the material world again. You know. So, he is saying that in this way we all exist eternally. This idea that you have where you are out of compassion feeling that great bodily compassion, that how can I destroy their bodies? But he says that that is an ignorant conception. So this is a very important verse in Bhagavad Gita. Shripad Ramanujacharya has given an extensive commentary on this verse, like that. Because you know what happens? Shankaracharya's commentary was impersonalistic. And then Ramanujacharya is the first Acharya who starts answering those impersonal ideas. So, you know this philosophy called as Mayavad. What is Mayavad? You know? Yes, Mataji, what is Mayavad?
Everything is Maya, all illusion.
Everything is Maya? Yes. What about the Supreme Lord?
If it takes body, it's also Maya. It's not really.
Okay, Supreme Lord also is Maya. Fine. Yes, Prabhu.
So, so Supreme Lord does not have a personality. It does not have a physical personality. It is just the Brahman.
It's just the Brahman. Okay. Okay. So then when we talk about Krishna's personality, what do Mayavadis think about that?
So, because Krishna's personality, they say that because we describe about God's pastimes, God's personality.
Yeah.
So for them, it's like God can take any root kind of a thing, and it's very big argument.
So they accept it as a fact, or they take it to be something like an illusion? What do you say?
Okay, I don't know the definitive answer, but I would imagine they take it as an illusion.
Okay, fine. That's a good guess. Yes, Prabhu.
Actually, they think that they can also become God.
Yes, Mayavadis think that everyone is God actually. We can also become God. Technically, instead of God, they will say Brahman. That way. So
they say Lord doesn't have a form.
yes. So now understand, when you read Bhagavad Gita, no, especially the Vaishnava Acharyas, one of the main philosophies they try to always defeat is the Mayavad. Because when Shankaracharya wrote commentary on Bhagavad Gita, he wrote completely Mayavadi commentary. Although Shankaracharya is Shiva himself, but he came with a specific purpose of misconstruing the scriptures. Why did I had discussed in my last visit, I had discussed this point. Shankaracharya, why did he come and misconstrue the scriptures, misinterpret the scriptures? Because that was the task given to him, especially so that Kali Yuga will spread. See, if in Kali Yuga everybody has a clear philosophy, then how is it Kali Yuga, right? So Shankaracharya came in the beginning of Kali Yuga so that the Kali Yuga will proliferate. It will spread very quickly. So one of that purpose was that. Multiple purposes are spoken. One of them is this. So that's why Shankaracharya's philosophy on the Gita, Shankar Bhashya, is actually full of Mayavad idea. So that's why all these acharyas like Ramanujacharya, Ramanujacharya is acharya of which sampradaya? Then Shripad Madhvacharya, he is acharya of which sampradaya? Brahma sampradaya, Brahma Madhva sampradaya, right? Or then acharyas like our own acharyas like Shripad Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Baladev Vidya Bhushan. Take other acharyas like Vallabhacharya, he is acharya of which sampradaya? Rudra sampradaya, also known as Pushti Marga. So all these, they all, when they explain Bhagavad Gita, for them, one of the major thought that they have to defeat is what? What is the major challenge that they have to defeat? When they are commenting on Bhagavad Gita, all these Vaishnava Acharyas, yes Mataji?
Who impersonally speak.
No. I'm saying all Acharyas like Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Vallabhacharya, when they are writing a commentary on Bhagavad Gita, what is one of the major ideology they try to defeat?
God has to attain supreme personality of Godhead.
No. I'm not, no, question you are not getting, I think.
Try to defeat Mayavad.
Defeat Mayavad, yeah. Yeah. See, understand why Prabhupada writes in his purport again and again this Mayavad, or these ideas like everyone is God, this is a bogus idea. Because what has happened, entire Bhagavad Gita is seen by the people, because Shankaracharya's commentary is the most, you could say, the oldest extant commentary, meaning which is available today. And that commentary has Mayavad, so everybody thinks Gita's message is Mayavad. मतलब क्या है? Krishna is illusion and everybody is God and everybody is, you are God, I am God, he is God, everybody is God, but we have forgotten that we are God. So the Vaishnava Acharyas, they take these Bhagavad Gita verses and they refute this ideology. Consistently they will refute this. So that's why Prabhupada also speaks this idea again and again and again. You may think like see, before we became devotees, we didn't even hear the term Mayavad, right? So initially when hippies used to hear Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita explanations, they thought that these Mayavadis are some dacoits in India. They sit there and looks like Prabhupada has a big quarrel with them. They thought like that. This Mayavadis, like they would say again and again, he brings this Mayavadis. They must have heard Prabhupada like anything, And then they realized, that is an ideology. Mayavad, it's not a particular sect. It's a particular sect also, but they are not like dacoits or robbers or anything. They understood that they are the so-called philosophers. So that's why what I'm trying to make you understand here is all these arguments like Ramanujacharya and these acharyas give, they are primarily to refute this idea that Mayavad is basically, it's not a proper philosophy. It's, when somebody says that Krishna is illusion, then does Bhakti have any, does Bhakti have any standing then? If Krishna is illusion, then why should we do Bhakti, right? Then whole Bhakti loses its ground. So that's why Acharyas become very fierce in defending this whole bhakti philosophy and all that, because it's a very bogus idea. Bhakti is actually topmost path spoken by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. To think like this, that Krishna is illusion and bhakti is illusion, they will say also, they will speak like this. They will say, yeah, the simple ignorant devotees, they can do bhakti. Those who are knowledgeable people, they study Vedanta, they study Mayavad. They speak like that. So they think, bhaktas, yeah, no problem. You are kids, you can do it. We are knowledgeable people. But it is actually complete bogus philosophy, nothing like that. Ramanujacharya goes in great depth trying to defeat their arguments, and he did also. He did to very considerable extent. And then came Madhvacharya, and his whole life's goal was to defeat Mayavad, Advaita Khandan, this way. So he used to catch all champion Advaita scholars, and he used to say, hey, debate karo tum, baitho. And you do the debate. And he used to perform debate with them, defeat them, and make them into devotees. He was like that. So all these Narhari Tirtha, Padmanabh Tirtha, Trivikram Panditacharya, all these were big Mayavadis before, whom Shankaracharya took. They are there in our parampara lineage. Shankaracharya took them, defeated, well, I will now from today Vaishnava, okay? They became Vaishnavas then. Because those were serious people serious pursuit of Shastra. They were not like today's people. Today you defeat someone and then you say that, so, now you practice bhakti. He will say, Thenga. I was just joking. I was just making some fun. They were not like that, you know. Shankaracharya, or in those times, when they would debate, before debate, the condition was, if I am defeated, I become your lifelong follower. It was like that. They were that serious. Not like today's people. So, that's how. So, that's why Madhvacharya did that great task. And then we see other acharyas like Sridhar Swami, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Supreme Lord himself. So, they all basically, they address that philosophy. So you may see in purport again those thoughts come of Mayavad. So what is Mayavad philosophy? Mayavad means basically that Krishna is Maya. This world also is Maya, they think. And they say that there is only one thing called as Brahman. So we are one with that Brahman. Right now, under illusion, we are thinking, I am this, I am that, this is Vikram, and that is another Prabhu, that is another. This is all out of illusion. But there is actually only one thing called as Brahman, like that they feel. And everybody is that Brahman. That's why you are also Brahman, I am also Brahman, everybody is Brahman. This way. So then what about Krishna? Krishna is illusion. What about you? Illusion. What about him? Illusion. Everything is illusion. Sab Maya hai. They will say like that. Sab Maya hai. But if you say Sab Maya hai and then you start taking money from their pocket, then they will say, hey, no. If everything is Maya, then you give me your money. That he will not give. That Maya they want. This way. One time when I was preaching in IIM Bangalore, so I met one person from Varanasi. We were trying to give him some books, Prabhupada books, and then he said to me, hey, I am Mayavadi. I said, wow, I got some Mayavadi. Now let me speak to him on this. So I said, which Mayavadi you are? Because Mayavad has 5 brands. There is Bimba Pratibimbavad, Drishti Srishtivad, Apachedvad, Ekajivavad and Vivartavad. There are 5 ideologies in Mayavad. And he had never heard these terms in life. So I said, I know your Mayavad better than you. Like that. Because you don't know Mayavad. These are Mayavada's famous ideologies. And he said, no, but whatever. Everything is Maya, he said. So I said, am I speaking to you? No, he said, it is Maya. You are not speaking to me. I am not speaking to you. Nothing is happening here. They speak like that, these ideologies. So then on the table, his wallet was there. and I saw that good money is there in the wallet. I just picked up and put in my, hey, he said, buy money. So I said, everything is Maya, no? What is the problem if everything is Maya? No. He said, that is for discussion. So this is their philosophy, Only for discussion it is. They will speak a lot of things. Practical utility, zero. Zero utility. So this philosophy where they consider Krishna as Maya and all, it's bogus philosophy completely. But they will speak like they're very great scholars. And it has caused so much havoc in India, no? Everybody will speak this ideology. So all these ideas like भगवान तो वो ज्योति के पीछे है और भगवान के पीछे की ज्योति में जा रहे हैं, like that they will say. Or they will say that you don't have to surrender to Krishna, but something unborn within Krishna. All these are versions of Mayavad, different versions, this way. So here Prabhupada in purport, he takes this Mayavadi ideas and he starts defeating it. So one of the ways Mayavadi speak is that, see, because of illusion you are thinking you are individual, you are individual, you are individual. As soon as that illusion is over, then we know that we are all one. There is no individuality only. Everything becomes one. But what is Krishna saying? Never was there a time when I was not there, you were not there, these kings were not there. Now also all of us are there, and future also we will be like this only. So Krishna is speaking individuality, or he is speaking that everything is one? Individuality. So clearly he is speaking individuality. Mayavadi says that right now you are individual, but when you give up your body, you will all become one. Is Krishna speaking like that? He is not speaking like that. So as per Mayavadi, in the second verse only Krishna is proven wrong. What is this Bhagavad Gita? If Krishna is speaking like this, so Mayavadi is wrong or Krishna is wrong? Mayavadi is wrong, obviously. If you say Krishna is wrong, then you have to close Bhagavad Gita course over, you can't, right? So Mayavadis, they actually are like such foolish people that Krishna is speaking about individuality of the jivas right in the first verse, meaning second verse that he is speaking in Bhagavad Gita. But still they think that this individuality is only temporary. And as soon as you give up the body, then you merge into that oneness. There is only one substance called Brahman, and they have this idea. So I am explaining little detailed because this idea is fundamentally running through entire Bhagavad Gita. Again and again this gets refuted by Krishna. This is a very important concept, you understand. So as a Vaishnava, what do we accept? We accept the individuality of the jiva, or we don't accept individuality in the conditioned state and also in the liberated state. Is it that right now we are conditioned, so we are different from the Lord? When we become liberated, then we will merge in the Lord?
No.
We will still continue to have same our identity in spiritual world. It is a pure identity of service. So as per Vaishnava Siddhanta, and obviously as that is Gita's Siddhanta itself, Mamayavamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhutaha Sanatanaha. Krishna says, all the living entities are my parts and parcel, amshas for Sanatana, for eternity. Not like today they are part and parcel and tomorrow they become one with me. Krishna never says that. So that's why this Mayavadi idea that everybody after death, they all become one in that Brahman, it's not a right idea. Also, saying that Krishna's form is Maya, Krishna is also taking some temporary form. Krishna's body and our body, what is the difference?
Our body is a temporary made by the Panchbhuta. Lord's body is eternal.
Yes. What is the substance of Lord's body? Satchidananda. It's called Chit Shakti primarily. Chit Shakti is the word. Lord's body is made up of Chit Shakti. Our body is made up of Achit Shakti. Material energy, like that. So you see, to such a Supreme Lord who is made up of transcendental, Satchidananda Deha body, you call it that, oh, Krishna's body is also material. Isn't it like what an aparadh it is, right? That's why what did Lord Chaitanya say? Mayavadi bhashya sunile hai sarvanash. Because then what will happen is you will lose the faith only in Krishna and Bhakti. You imagine Bhakti is like the greatest solution for the disease of material life. So it's like COVID disease was there and somebody brought the best medicine on COVID, and then another fellow is preaching that, hey, this medicine is poison actually. He is preaching what? This medicine is poison. Actually that medicine can save lives of so many people. But you see, if somebody is mispropagating like that, what a disservice it is. Similarly, for those who are suffering in the material world, what is the best process? Yeah, Bhakti, Krishna consciousness. And that Bhakti Mayavadi says what? It is? What is Mayavadi's idea about Bhakti? It is illusion. It is illusion, it is temporary, it is useless. So you can see how much he is doing a disservice. So this is why Prabhupada was very critical of Mayavadis. And Acharyas also have remained very critical, because this philosophy, Shankaracharya preached it because, as we know, he was given a specific task so that the Kali Yuga can spread, so that people can have misconceptions. So that's why he did it. But his Lord Shiva, he will not blaspheme the Supreme Lord, right? So he did that only because Lord instructed him to do that. But that is a false philosophy. It is not a right philosophy. It is called Asat Shastra. Mayavadam Asat Shastram. Prachannam Bauddham Uchchate. Mayeva Vihitam Devi Kalau Brahmana Rupina. Shankaracharya himself in Padma Puran says that to his wife Parvati, hey Parvati, Mayavad is a Asat Shastra. It is a false philosophy. And it is actually Prachannam Bauddham. It is like Buddhism only, covered Buddhism. But I purposely preach it as a Brahmana, Shankaracharya, in the Kali Yuga, to bewilder people this way. So that's why you see this Mayavad is refuted again and again. So this verse is declaring the individuality of the jivas or oneness of the jivas? Individuality. So you can see, that's why it is a refutation of Mayavad philosophy. And that's why Ramanujacharya has given a long commentary which is followed by Baladev Vidyabhushan also. You can see Prabhupada now. The Lord says clearly that He Himself, Arjuna, and all the kings who are assembled on the battlefield are eternally individual beings. And the Lord is eternally the maintainer of the individual living entities, both in their condition and in their liberated situations. So both, Lord is also Nitya, meaning eternal, we are also Nitya. But Krishna, what does He do? He maintains us. Eko bahunam yo vidadhati kaman. This way. So all these individual souls, they continue to exist. We never become God. Prabhupada would say, God is God always. ऐसे नहीं कि God जिम में जाके भगवान बन गए. No. Nobody can become God. Prabhupada would say, that position is already taken. He would say, now better be happy serving. God is God, right? He never becomes God. Like one time one hippie was arguing with Prabhupada that you can meditate and you can become God. Everyone can become God. See, this is also Mayavad idea. That everyone can become God, because they think that once you take away the forgetfulness, then you realize, I am Brahman. Everywhere. I am everywhere. This way. So, this idea. So, this hippie, he was arguing with Prabhupada again and again, saying this aspect. What was I saying? I lost the track.
Anybody can become God.
Anybody can become God, yeah, like that. Yes, that was the point. So, this hippie, he said to Prabhupada that anyone can meditate and become God. So Prabhupada said, Acha. So he said, Jesus meditated, he said Buddha meditated and he became God. Rama meditated and he became God. Krishna meditated and he became God. Now you meditate and you become God. So Prabhupada said, Krishna killed Putana when he was 6 days old. Can you tell me when did he meditate to become God? 6 दिन के भगवान ने he killed the Putana and showed his supremacy. So can you tell me when did he meditate? And then the hippie is thinking, when did he meditate? I also don't know. So he was just speaking some bogus Mayavadi teaching to Prabhupada. So Prabhupada said, this is bogus philosophy. Remember, God is God always. And we are living entity always. We remain as eternal, subservient to Supreme Lord. We can never become God. Prabhupada said, you can become gods. Gods. आप भगवान के बन सकते हो, but you cannot become God. Like that. So that's the point. So it is not that they did not exist as individuals, and in the future also they will continue. Here comes the Mayavadi theory. So that's why I have been explaining Mayavad, because this comes again and again. The Mayavadi theory that after liberation the individual soul separated by covering of Maya will merge into impersonal Brahman and lose its individual existence. So is it supported by Krishna here? No. Krishna is saying no, everybody will maintain the individuality this way. If individuality were not a fact, then Krishna would not have stressed it so much even for the future. Like that. So Prabhupada says the Mayavadi may argue, where is it? Yeah. The Mayavadi may argue that the individuality spoken of by Krishna is not spiritual but material. Mayavadi may say, oh, Krishna is not saying actually at the level of Atma. Krishna is saying at the level of body. Meaning you will also get body, he will also get body, I will also take body. Everybody will, for all future, they will keep on taking body. That's the individuality. So, even if we accept that kind of proposition, you tell me, Krishna, even if he takes bodies in the universe again and again and again, is Krishna's taking body and our taking body the same? No, right? When Krishna takes the body, it is, what's the difference? You tell me.
Krishna chooses.
Krishna chooses. Yes. And what about us?
We have to
Karma. Very important point. Very nice. Krishna comes by his will. We come by karma. Whatever is our karma. So, if Krishna and our individuality is said to be the same, it is a bogus idea, because Krishna is not like us who is coming because of some law of karma or like that. This idea. Sometimes people have this idea, Bhagwan ko bhi karam bhogne pade, they will say. It's a completely bogus idea. It is not like that. See, Krishna sometimes shows for other people that you if you live like this, then you will get this reaction. So he said that, okay, Gandhari cursed, and then he accepted that curse. He doesn't have to accept. Why did he do that? He's just showing some, meaning how it happens to this humans in this world, this karma, reaction of karma, how it acts, in order to show that he is doing it. But he is not the one who is affected by karma. He voluntarily chooses what he wants. Namam karmani limpanti, name karma phale spriha. Iti yo abhijanati karma bhirna sabadhyate. Krishna says, karma can never touch me. Karma can never touch me, because he has made the system. He has made the system. So that's why you see this whole idea that Bhagwan ko bhogne pade. It shows the ignorance of people. It is nothing like that. Krishna always remains beyond the karma and all. So that's why Krishna's individuality and our individuality, there is a huge difference. Krishna remains a transcendental person, and that's why we remain as living entities and Krishna remains as the Supreme Lord. We never merge and become one or something like Mayavadi speak. That is a bogus idea. This way. So Krishna has maintained spiritual individuality all along. If he is accepted as ordinary conditioned soul, then his Bhagavad Gita has no value. The Mayavadi argues that the plurality mentioned in this verse is conventional and that it refers to the body. It's a long purport. See, Prabhupada is giving all these arguments. So, the plurality of the jivas, meaning here individuality and plurality that is mentioned, it is conventional. Conventional means on the bodily level, like that. So even if we say that this individuality mentioned in this verse is bodily level, it will apply to whom and it will not apply to whom? Can you tell? If we say that this individuality of the jiva is mentioned here, so if we say that it is on the bodily platform, so then whom does it apply and whom does it not apply for?
Bodily conception applies to us.
Us, and it not to Krishna. Yeah, so that's the point here. Both may be individuals, but Krishna is not a, Krishna's individuality is not like us. That's the point. That's the distinction that is also being made over here. Because if Krishna's individuality is also like us, then why Arjuna is hearing from Krishna? And then both are in the same boat, no? ये भी अज्ञानी और वो भी अज्ञानी और दोनों गुरु चेला बने हुए, क्या फायदा उसका? Somebody should be knowledgeable and the other person, then he can get the knowledge, no? So if we think that Krishna is also individual like us, बेचारा वो भी कर्मा से आ रहा है, and we are also coming like that, then why is Krishna, why is Arjuna hearing from Krishna? You understand this point? There is no point this way. So that's why, although this verse is talking about individuality of the jivas, you understand, still Krishna's individuality is unique because it is transcendental. It is not like us this way. So this is the point. So Prabhupada gives a nice example that these Mayavadis or non-devotees, their approach to Gita's teaching is like something like that of a bee licking on a bottle of honey. If you have the bottle of honey and then from outside you are licking, and then say that I am not getting any taste, or in fact you may get some other taste only because outside glass we don't know that way. So what is the way to taste the honey? That's the way to. So these Mayavadis are like this. This Bhagavad Gita's bottle, no, outside they are trying to lick. And then they say, बहुत अच्छा है करके, बढ़िया है. अरे तुमने तो टेस्ट देखा ही नहीं उसका. You never tasted it. You are saying it is very nice and all like that. They also glorify Bhagavad Gita. Although their idea is very, you can say, it's a sinister idea. But still, they also glorify Bhagavad Gita, and which is fine. We appreciate that. But point is, you are licking the bottle of the honey from outside. You are not getting even the real taste that way. So, and in fact, you are preaching that the real taste is like this only. Don't open it. Those who are opening, they are less intelligent. Like that they are saying.
But Mayavadi's the conception is not clear, Prabhuji. Is what their argument. What they're saying is that individuality will continue to exist at a bodily level.
Yeah.
Let's say I exist at a bodily level after 1,000 years. What does it mean?
Yeah.
It means that my soul exists.
Correct. So what they mean is like this, Prabhu. They say that the conventional or the bodily level, the individuality is there. So what does that mean? As long as the body is there, the illusion or agyan is there, only till that point you are individual. As soon as you break that illusion, then you become one, Brahman. So this illusion, they say, can continue for multiple lifetimes also. So by saying that all these kings and Krishna and everybody, they have the conventional plurality, or you can say bodily plurality. They want to say that, yes, individuality exists, agreed, but it exists only at the conditioned level, at the bodily level. As soon as you become free from this ignorance, will there be any individuality? No.
But this verse is exactly opposite.
Exactly opposite. That's the point, no? Verse is exactly opposite. But how they try to explain the verse is, they say that, well, Krishna is speaking here about bodily plurality. Why you are taking spiritual plurality? They will say like this. Like at the bodily level, are we individuals or not?
Yes.
We are. So they say, so these individuals, these many individuals at bodily level, in next life also, because of ignorance, they will continue. In next life also, because of ignorance, they will continue. As soon as ignorance is destroyed, you will find that, oh, all are one, this way. So the point is, if you say like that, if you say even for Krishna that individuality is same like others, you tell me, Krishna as a speaker of Bhagavad Gita, is there any meaning in that then? So that's the argument of Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya says, if you are equalizing Krishna and all the conditioned souls, saying that everybody has a bodily plurality or individuality, then why hear Bhagavad Gita from Krishna? Then he is also like conditioned soul. So you captured the point, what is being said here. That's right. So that's why that conventional or bodily individuality, that doesn't make sense. Krishna is speaking about spiritual individuality here, straight away. Because he's talking about himself also. Himself also and these people also. So that's why you can see, it's like a bee trying to lick the bottle of honey. So Krishna says this now, in next verse you see so clearly he says, text 13. Dehino.
Prabhuji, this, those who teach
Mayavad.
Bhakti for demigods, those are also considered as Mayavad, or how to understand that?
Those who teach worship of demigods, who are they? So they are probably typically, they will come into Karma Kandi, Karma Kand path. They will not be considered Mayavadis. Now depends also, sometimes somebody may teach and like in Kali Yuga, everything has become khichdi. In prior times, if somebody is teaching the worship of Devata, they won't be Mayavadis. They will say that Krishna is supreme, Vishnu is supreme, Narayana is supreme. But we want Vidya, so we want to worship whom? Saraswati. We want obstacle removal, so Ganapati. Gananantu. So they will say like that. So the point is, today's day and time, they want to worship Ganapati, and then they want to celebrate Christmas also, and then they want to invite some Mayavadi also. It's all just a complete confusion that way. Otherwise, demigod worship, the path is Karma Kand. Yeah, you can say that. Devata Kand or Karma Kand, that's the path. So, fine. Dehinosmin yatha dehe Kaumaram yauvanam jara Tatha dehantara praptir Dhiras tatra na mohyati. Yes.
As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from the boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered such a change.
Yeah. Dehinosmen yatha dehe, asmin dehe, in this body, just as somebody, dehi, meaning the embodied soul, passes from kaumaram, meaning childhood, to yauvanam, youthhood, from that to old age. Similarly, at the time of death, he passes into another body. And by this change, a dhira, a sober person, is not bewildered. Why is Krishna speaking this verse? See, when Krishna spoke about individuality of the jivas, and that how all these individual souls are there and they take up body. So Arjuna, you don't have to lament because the soul remains. Soul is eternal. But Arjuna is saying, my Lord, soul may be eternal, but because you are separating that soul from the body, is it not cause of lamentation? आप तो अलग कर रहे हो ना. You are killing a certain personality like warrior. So you are separating that soul from that body. So is it not a cause of lamentation? You are not going to see that body later. If you see it later, then they will call it bhoot. अरे बाप रे, भूत आ गया करके. So he is saying this separation of body and soul, is it not a cause of lamentation? Why do you say that it's not a cause of lamentation? So Krishna is a master stroke. Krishna says, Acha, because the soul is leaving that body's connection, so you want to lament. But I am saying within the same body, the soul is, moving from one body to another. Like when we were in childhood, right? Some photos are there. Now you show to someone, Vikram is, this old, this size. And if they see now, and that Vikram, so body is completely changed. So do you say that was another Vikram and this is another Vikram? And do you lament, Arey, hi, kya ho gaya? He left that body and he came into this body. Because he had changed that body, right? As per John Pfeiffer, one of the scientists, he says that every 7 years, all the cells of your body get replaced. तो हर 7 साल के बाद हम मातम मनाते हैं क्या? Do we have some, we express some grief? अरे अच्छा था, चला गया. 7 years, after every 7 years. It's a completely new body, he says, after 7 years. Cells, because the cells change, no? So, as per that scientific research, after 7 years, you have a completely new body. But do we lament? Do we see as the same person, or we see that there is some another person there? We see it as a same person, isn't it? So this aspect of the soul moving within this lifetime itself, moving from one body to another, which is a completely new body, this is called internal reincarnation. What is it called? Internal reincarnation. And when this continuous passing of the soul through body, when it ends with that body and soul moves to the another body after death, that is called which incarnation? External reincarnation. So if Krishna is saying, if you don't lament internal reincarnation, why are you lamenting external reincarnation? So this is Krishna's argument here. आप बच्चा बड़ा हो जाता है, if the child becomes youth, do you celebrate it or do you lament? So we celebrate, right? So somebody going through this entire journey within a body itself, it's actually change of body. It's clearly change of body. It's change of body. So just as that change of body, internal reincarnation, we don't lament. Krishna is saying, when that body becomes useless, worn out, then the person will be given the next body, another body. So why are you getting so much lamentful or bewildered by that change? This is the point. Yes, Prabhu. External reincarnation.
We are discussing this, but it is important to me. I thought, so the external reincarnation, when the soul is moving from body to body, the subtle body goes along with the soul.
Yes.
The body. So that is individuality, because then my subtle body is different from your subtle body. And if so this is exactly, and this is exactly proven in the two twin kids are, the kids are very different. So this is exactly opposite. This opposes the whole Mayavad argument.
Yeah, it does. It does, but that's how the whole Mayavad is like intricate word jugglery is there. They talk about the whole aspects like this is all they say in the conditioned life. In the conditioned life you see this. In the transcendental, it all stops, they say, and it is just one. So all this logical, world, they say it is actually applicable as long as one is living in this world. So for them, after some time, they don't even logically speak about things. They just say that, well, it's like somebody who is in dream is doing a lot of talking, like a sleepwalker. So they say like that. So as a conditioned soul, you may argue a lot of things, saying, see the individuality and all that. But it's like somebody sleeping in, speaking in the sleep. So how does that matter, So you see, they give up logic and discussion also at a certain point of time. They show as if like they're convinced of this fact. This is how it is. Because I have argued also with a lot of them, and then after some time they say, no, it cannot be understood. It is conditional life means you may speak about individuality, but they say liberated life means it's all one. Then I said, how? I mean, some practicality you have to speak. You can't just say like that. And even Shastra is not saying like that. They can't give pramanas also in that way. But this whole philosophy is also quite word jugglery is there. A lot of word jugglery, they go on. So what you are saying is perfect. It is right.
One last argument. So in this whole 2.12, it says, Krishna says that in the future, shall any of us, so basically all of us will continue to exist.
Will continue to exist.
Which basically means that even we achieve liberation, then also we are individual. That's
absolutely.
So it's not, so we are never one.
Yeah. So this is how the Vaishnava understanding is there of that text. How the Mayavadi will take is, Krishna is speaking here, the individuality in the conditional world. Conditional world, not in the spiritual world, they will say. But then we talked about the other one. Then are you equating Krishna's individuality with? So then you have to speak on those lines, that way. So like that. So if within this body itself, the internal reincarnation, you were not lamenting. So why are you lamenting when the external reincarnation is happening? This is Krishna's point, meaning dhiras tatra na muhyati. Dhira, a sober person, is not bewildered by such a change. He knows that, yes, the body, for some time it will be there, and then once the karma is over, then he has to move to the next body. And in fact, this is how, even within this same lifetime, why that body is changing, It is changing because of karma. बचपन में ऐसी बॉडी थी, यूथ में वैसी है, ये why this change is there? This is because of karma. And same way, when it is ending and then you get another body, that is because of what? Another karma. So this whole aspect of karma is there. It allows you to stay in that body for some time. As soon as that karma is over, finished, you get another body by the other karma that you have. Karma is quite a complex thing. It has pockets in it. And which pocket comes into picture at what time? It's complex. But the point is this. So that's why dhira person, a person who is a sober person, he is not bewildered by such a change. So why are you bewildered? See Prabhupada. Individual soul finally changes his body at death and transmigrates to another body. And since it is sure to have another body in the next birth, either material or spiritual, there was no cause for lamentation. See, Arjuna's first argument of compassion, it is actually showing ignorance of the real identity. It's all about ignorance of real identity. So if there is clarity on this aspect that this is an Atma, and this Atma is now giving up this body and he will take another body. If this understanding is there, Krishna is saying one will remain sober. Even in this world, you see, those people who do too much of lamentation when near and dear passes away. That is because of what actually? That is because of this ignorance, or at least this knowledge goes completely in the background. One forgets that actually he is a spirit soul. He was arranged by Lord's arrangement to stay with us for some time. And then now that time is over, so he has gone to the next destination. As soon as this thought comes, you see person will become sober. Immediately he will become sober. But if you don't see this identity, then so much crying and I mean, we are not mocking them. But the point is, you have to tell people the truth. the identity. And you see, it's very sobering then immediately. Even those, like I remember to some relatives last rites and all, I had to go, and like it was like such a chaos there. So then I had to speak that, you have to understand life, what it is and all. So as soon as they heard it, they became very peaceful then. This is it, at least for some time. And later again they started. But the point is, the knowledge, this aspect, dhiras tatra na muhyati. So it's very important. Krishna is saying, with this knowledge, then you see Bhishma or Drona, they are going to exist. And they will take another bodies. These are like old, worn out bodies. So they will get another new body. And just like Yayati got that new body, right? So it was matter of happiness or distress. Happiness. So similarly, even these personalities, they will get new bodies. It's not like they are ceasing to exist, or it's not like they are destroyed that way. So that's why first understand the fundamental. That's Krishna's point. You don't lament like some ignorant soul. This way. Prabhupada again, Mayavadi. The Mayavadi theory of oneness of spirit soul cannot be entertained on the ground that the spirit soul cannot be cut into pieces as a fragmental portion. See, why is Prabhupada going here? Because there is this word Dehi here, Dehi. So Dehi is in singular actually in Sanskrit. So Mayavadi is saying, this verse is saying that just as one soul goes from youthhood childhood to youthhood to old age, similarly, that soul passes into another body at the time of death. So Mayavadi is saying, see, why Krishna used singular here? Because he says, they say that there is no individuality, there is only one thing called Brahman. There is only one soul, soul or whatever Brahman you want to call it. There is no individuality, there is no plurality that way. So that's why Krishna is saying only one, Dehi. So Prabhupada, that's again Ramanujacharya, he says that, see, what are you saying? If there is only one soul, can you tell me, one that Brahman or whatever you want to call it, why so many people are feeling that individuality? Have you split that one soul into multiple souls? काट दिया क्या उस सोल को? Can you cut the soul? So that's why Prabhupada is bringing up this argument, you see. The Mayavadi theory of oneness cannot be talked here about, because if you say there is only one Brahman, how is that one Brahman has become into so many individual souls? They cannot explain only this thing. They just cannot explain this. Why do you say that, is he individual? Yes. Is he individual? Yes. That much they have to say yes, right? Otherwise, if you say, no, they are one only, then I should know what's going on in your mind right now. And you should also know what's going on in my mind, right? What's going on in Siraj's mind when we are stopping? No, I'm just joking, don't worry. And in my mind it's going on, what is Siraj saying, seeing there inside again and again. But you see, we are individuals, so we don't know what's going on in each other's heart, right? So individuality is practical, it is tangible. Now the Mayavadi has to explain how come from that situation where there is only one thing called Brahman came so many individual identities. They have to explain this. And how can that be explained unless and until cutting into different individual souls? So then if you say, yeah, the soul must have got cut into different individuals by ignorance. So nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavaka, na chainam kledayantyapo, na shoshayati marut. So this ideology, it's not right actually. It's so difficult for Mayavadis to explain why the individuality is there if there is originally only one thing called Brahman. But it's not a problem for us. Why is it not a problem for Vaishnavas? Because, what do we say? How these Jivatmas are individual right now? Because they were always individual. ऐसा है ही नहीं कि पहले था नहीं and now they have become. They were always individual. And they continue to remain individuals. Mame Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. It's like sun is there and particles of sun are there. They will always be like that. It's never like previously only sun was there. And imagine a sun without particles. ऐसा कुछ होता है क्या? There is sun but there are no sun particles. It doesn't make any sense, right? Or even if it makes sense in material world, forget it. In spiritual it will not. So point is, the individuality is always there. That's why for Vaishnavas it's not difficult to explain why there is material individuality. Because spiritually also we are individual, and because of forgetfulness of the Lord, right now we are in material material individual conception this way. So there is something called as theory of reflection, where they say that, well, that one Brahman has got reflected into various, jivas. But anyway, we will talk about this ideology later. It's a slightly difficult concept. I will take it in at another context this way. So anyway, the whole point is, Mayavadis cannot explain how one Brahman has got into so many individual jivas. And the Vaishnavas can very nicely explain. You understood this point?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So, if Arjuna were to say that, my dear Lord, but still my Lord, when I kill Bhishma, when I kill Drona, because we have lost those people, and there is some separation I feel, will it not cause some lamentation? Will it not cause some misery? We are getting separated from that person. I understand he is a spirit soul and he will get another body. But in this life I have lost that association now. So will I not feel some separation? And because of that, will I not feel some lamentation? So Krishna says, tolerate that then. You have to tolerate. In your unavoidable duty, if this sort of thing is there, tolerate. Matra sparshastu kaunteya Shitoshna sukha dukkhadaha Agama payino nityas Tam sthiti kshasva bharata. Yes, please read.
O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance and new birth are like appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception. O Shayan of Bharata, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed.
Yeah. Matra sparshastu kaunteya Shitoshna sukha dukkhada Agama payino nitya stantitikshasva bharata. So we see this is a very important verse also. See, this verse is telling that in the unavoidable discharge of our duty, there may be some lamentation, may be some suffering, but what one should do is, one should tolerate. See, matra sparshastu. Matra means this sense objects. Like we have senses, every sense has a sense object. You are aware of that? Like, what is the sense object of the eyes? Yeah, form. It's called form, rupa. Form, certain thing which you see. So, rupa or form. What's the sense object for the ears? Sound. Shabda. What is the sense object for the nose? Smell. What's the sense object for the tongue? And what's the sense object for the skin? Touch. So that's called matra. These sense objects are called matra. So matra sparsha. So what happens when the senses connect to the sense objects? So then there is shitoshna sukha dukkhada. Then there is this experience of something is hot, something is cold, something is pleasurable, something is miserable, right? If you see, these experiences also keep on changing, right? Like in summer, if you have cold water, for bathing or like that, then it is pleasurable or not? It's very pleasurable. But that same cold water in the winter of Vrindavan in January, like that, it's so scary, no? One time I stayed in January. Vrindavan's cold is like so difficult. I was wearing 3 socks, thick socks. Still the cold was coming from below, like that. And if you have to go to bathroom, it was a nightmare. Because then you have to take the water, no? You have to wash hands, you have to wash feet. So it was a nightmare, like that. Or a bathroom, So then people were not drinking water only. Because if you drink water, then you have to go to bathroom. This cold is so scary. Shita. And similarly, Ushna here. The other day when I got down from the flight and came out in the parking, and I felt like this is some ballast furnace or what? Furnace, it appeared like, I said, bro, what is the temperature? 43 degrees Celsius. My God, it was like that. So, this is Matra Sparsha, right? It produces Shita, Ushna. And then depending on what is the season, Sukha Dukha also. Depends how's. So these are there in the material life. They are producing these experiences. Krishna says, Agamapayino Nityas. They will come and they will go. Tanstitikshasva Bharata. Just tolerate them. Unit test exam will come and go. Just tolerate. Study, tolerate, study, and get good marks, and that's it. Sometimes in engineering, we also, when that exam day would come, so everybody's face would be like, so miserable, like when this is going to end. And then as the papers would go, closing exam, like last day is coming, everybody's face would lit up. Yes, good, Haribol! Last day finished this way. So, Tantitikshasva, you have to tolerate. If you get too much depressed by, trouble, or too much elated also by happiness, it's a problem. Then what will happen is, your bodily consciousness will become very strong. So then, you will take material pleasure and happiness, pleasure and misery very seriously. Then if happiness comes, it's okay, but if misery comes, then you will suffer also terribly. So that's why, we should tolerate. Yes, this is our duty. I must do it. And Prabhupada gives very nice example. He says, you see, according to Vedic injunction, one has to take his bath early in the morning, even during the month of Magh. January, February. Not like Jummah to Jummah. No. Morning. It is very cold at that time, but in spite of that, a man who abides by the religious principles does not hesitate to take his bath. One time Prabhupada was in Kumbh Mela, and he saw that it was very cold, right? Kumbh Mela, a Magh, especially month. And devotees, because it was very cold, so devotees, they were sleeping, taking chadar, some extra chadar and all that. And Prabhupada saw that for Mangalarti, nobody is getting up. And Prabhupada asked, why you are not getting up? Oh, Prabhupada, so much cold. We never experienced such cold in life. And Prabhupada was in the last years of his life. Those may be around last 5 years or so. So Prabhupada saw that what is going on? Nobody is following here good standard. So next day morning, Prabhupada, 3:45, he got up. And he, put on gamcha and just taking another gamcha on top. He went to bathe in the Ganges, cold water. Himself, when he was sick, he was not keeping well and all that. And then his servant told him, Prabhupada is going to take bath. What you people are doing? So everybody got up. They also put gamchas and all that. They ran to take bath. And Prabhupada took cold water bath. He was like shaking completely. And then still he took cold water bath. Devotee said, no, Prabhupada will get hot water for you. No. He said, I will take cold water bath. And then he showed that example. And then next day onwards, everybody was on time for Mangalarti and for bathing and all. Prabhupada said, "Arey, you are here in Kumbh Mela, you are for purpose of doing austerity only. And you are sleeping here like this." So, yes, sometimes difficulty, right? Like this is also another example. Sometimes a housewife, a woman, she does not hesitate to cook in the kitchen in the months of May and June, the hottest part of the summer season, right? Sometimes we see that the kitchen may be so hot and outside also it is great heat. But can the mother say, "Bahut heat hai aaj sab khana chutti, prasad chutti"? Will she say that? She will never say that, right? She will tolerate. Yeah, that's part of my love for them, this way. And sometimes we see that mothers take so much trouble trying to satisfy children and husband. So one has to execute his duty in spite of climatic inconveniences. So just as seasons come and go, similarly in life also difficulties will come and go. We have to tolerate. If we tolerate, then we become very strong internally. If we don't tolerate and throw tantrums, then we go on becoming weaker person. Then this time, like if on this time you had got disturbed by a small thing, next time you will get disturbed by even smaller thing. So tolerance has to be cultivated actually, bhakta. What is the definition of sadhu? Titikshava karunika surada sarvadehinam ajata shatrava shanta sadhava sadhu bhushana. So titiksha is first in that. Tolerance. You have to. Because in this world things will be like this. You have to tolerate this way. So especially Krishna is addressing Arjuna here also as Kaunteya and Bharata. He is saying, you are son of Kunti. How much did Kunti tolerate? How many difficulties in Kunti's life, right? We know that Kunti went through such hardships. Her husband, he died, Pandu died, and after that she went through so many hardships, but she tolerated. And she not only tolerated, in spite of that, she remained a very strong woman, a very strong-willed woman. So you are son of Kunti, and you are saying, you can't tolerate. You must tolerate. You don't become like this weak-hearted person. Bharata, you belong to the scion of Bharat dynasty. So how come you can't tolerate these things? Krishna is saying that you tolerate this way. So you see, tolerance is not impotence. Sometimes people feel like, oh, tolerance. People may see it as a weakness. Sometimes even in outside world, somebody may be troubling us, and we have to take a decision whether we want to smash or we want to tolerate. Sometimes it may be like that. So tolerance may not be impotence. It's not like if we tolerate, it shows that we don't have power. No. Tolerance means not impotence or powerlessness. Tolerance means keeping the high priority, and keeping the low priority. Imagine you have to catch a flight and have to go to airport to catch a flight. And then in between, while going, somebody starts arguing with you on, hey, why did you take your vehicle like that? So you can say, "Arey, mere se argue kar raha hai, ruk." What is your problem? Tell me, And then he is full mood, he is also arguing. And then your wife is saying, Prabhu, flight. No flight. Today I will show this person. What is this? How can he argue like that? Hey, what is your problem? You tell me. So you spend 2 hours arguing with him. You did not tolerate. And what happened? Finished flight. Gone. Apologies. So now he did not tolerate that particular inconvenience. So you see, and he showed a great prowess. I am a Kshatriya, I cannot tolerate. Sometimes people say like that. I am a Kshatriya, I cannot tolerate. But you have to keep the priority. Here the priority was what? Flight. You could have argued with this person. You could have smashed him also. But that is not your priority. Your priority is to reach airport. So that's why you leave, tolerate that person. Okay, Baba, take hai. Leave this way. So in this world, people just don't understand when to tolerate and when to. That's why, because the priority is not clear. So our priority is bhakti. We want to do peaceful execution of bhakti. So in that, if we see some things are going to disturb, we tolerate it. No problem. Although we could fight, but we know that that's not our job. Like that. That's like wasting time in arguing somebody and leaving the flight. So no, we have to remember our goal, and based on that we see that we lead a life like that. See, some things in the life will sort of give us some suffering, and we should tolerate that suffering. Like there is this leech, you know the leech? If the leech catches your skin, then she takes the blood out. So if some leech catches you, then what you have to do, you have to tolerate. If you try to pull the leech, what happens, the skin will come apart. You will get a big injury. She holds on to the skin like in such a way, if you try to pull the leech, this skin may be torn completely, blood will start flowing. So sometimes in forests and all, they go for some forest excursion, and then it happens. So the solution is wait, let the leech take the blood. Once she takes the blood, she will only leave and go. So similarly, some things are there in life which come by our karma. If you try to do too much, fighting over there, it will give you a great injury. You just allow it to go, no problem. And they pass on. Agamapaino nityas. Aaya hai to kya thodi na baithega. It will go also. It will leave. So then you remain peaceful. No problem. So take this in any aspect of life. Sometimes work, people feel like, arey, this work. Monday, they would say Monday morning blues in IT. So Monday, you feel like, I used to feel like, on Monday morning, I used to be very philosophical. There is so much suffering in this world. Like that. Who am I? What am I doing? I used to feel like that on Monday. Why? Because you feel like, oh, now 6 days, 5 days I have to work. And it's not very pleasurable oftentimes. You have to do it as a duty, no doubt. But you have to do, no doubt. So, yeah, we tolerate. It will come and it will go. Like that. So then, this is how the whole life is. Certain things you have to tolerate and keep the priority. So that's why Arjuna is being also told by Krishna. What is the result of such a tolerance? That's the next verse. See, if you want to know Bhagavad Gita, you should be able to connect between two verses. That's the way to understand Bhagavad Gita. Why is Krishna speaking this after this? After this? If you understand like that, whole Gita will be so clear to you. So, like we are trying to understand, right? From 11 to 12, 12 to 13, why Krishna says such a thing? From 13 to 14, from now 14 to 15. Now Krishna says, if you tolerate like that, hear the great benefit. Yam hina vetha yantete purusham purusharshabha samadukha sukham dhiram somritatvaya kalpate. Yes.
O best among men, Arjuna, the person who is not disturbed by happiness and distress and is steady in both is certainly eligible for liberation.
Yeah. So the point is this only. Yam hina vyathayante ete. Ete matra sparsha. These matra sparshas, if somebody is not somebody does not become disturbed by these matra sparshas, meaning these experiences of happiness and distress and all that, such a person, sama dukkha sukham, he sees dukkha and happiness and distress, and he maintains his equilibrium. See, you have to be able to tolerate misery and tolerate happiness also. Somebody may say, Prabhu, how tolerate happiness? That anybody can tolerate, no? Tolerating misery is tough. No, you should be able to tolerate happiness also. You know this story from Mahabharata, Jayadratha? So Jayadratha could not tolerate happiness. That was the problem. Jayadratha's whole episode, I'll not get into that. That's quite a long episode. But, you know, when Jayadratha and all these people combinedly, when they killed Abhimanyu, especially Jayadratha was there, one of the major persons there. So Arjuna, then he decided that next day, I'm going to kill Jayadratha. Or, if I cannot kill, at the end of the day, I will enter into fire and finish myself. And he took this vow. As soon as he took this vow, Jayadratha became so terrified. But Kauravas became ecstatic. He said, why you are becoming ecstatic? They said, Abhi to we got the solution on its own. Now we just have to protect you tomorrow. If you are protected, finished. Arjuna is finished. He is going to enter into the fire. So tomorrow we will put entire army for your protection. And we are done. This war is over tomorrow. So Jayadratha also became happy. But in his mind he was thinking, bol to rahe, pata nahi, sab maar kha gaye to. I don't know what will happen to me that way. So they put Prabhu Bhishma, Drona, everybody next day for the Jayadratha. And Arjuna was ripping off army with the speed of wind. But there were kilometers before he could reach. The army was placed in such a way that Arjuna had to clear the kilometers of army, to reach Jayadratha. And then he saw that and he was fighting fierce battle, like huge, carnage he was doing. But still he saw that it's very difficult. And Krishna saw that it is very difficult. Today, aaj to, Kauravas were saying, hey, see that the wood has been already brought up. They were saying, wood aaya kya dekho, Arjuna, be ready, like that, this way. So then Krishna said, yeah, aise sab, he takes all such pleasures and gives me headache, like that. So then what Krishna did is, he said, I have to do something, otherwise this war is not forgot. This is impossible. So Krishna, he sent his Sudarshan Chakra and he caused the sun, he caused the Sudarshan to cover the sun. So that day means it ends at sunset. So when he covered by Sudarshan, everybody thought sunset. Sunset ho gaya. And everybody became like ecstatic. Kauravas, sunset, finished. Arjuna's story ended today. And everybody became so happy. They started celebrating, throwing in the air and started celebrating. And especially this person, Jayadratha, he became so happy. And becoming so happy, he just said to all that army which was protecting, Hato sab log abhi. Where is that Arjuna? And he took all the chariot directly in front of Arjuna. And he said, you were talking big things. Now get ready. I will also give personally some wood, special wood that you should burn. Chandan ki lakadi lao iske liye. We want him to burn. And Arjuna was like devastated and he thought, how did this happen? How? I thought Krishna will help or like that. Then Arjuna was thinking like that. Everybody started making fun of him. And then Krishna said to Arjuna, now see, Krishna removed the Sudarshan and then there comes the sun again, like that. And sun is there and everybody said, what happened? How come sun has come again? And then some started saying, was it clouds before? We thought sunset, but it was sunset, like that. And then there was the sun and Krishna said to Arjuna, here's the sun and here is the sun, Jayadratha. Jayadratha, like he started saying, come on, save me, somebody save, where, Bhishma, kidhar hai Bhishma, and all that. He started. And then Arjuna just took his best arrow and he hit and Jayadratha was killed. Hari bol. This way. So actually Jayadratha couldn't tolerate his happiness. Right? If he would have just remained there and said that, sab theek hai na? Arjuna is already entered funeral pyre. Now you take me. Okay, let's go now. But he was like so much bubbling. So you have to sometimes tolerate happiness also. If you get too much elated with, Like sometimes they say in Hindi also, right? You get Harshavayu. Somebody becomes so happy that they get paralyzed because of happiness. It happens sometimes. Harshavayu. So the point is, Krishna is telling, Sama dukkha sukham dhiram. That way. You got great success, so you tolerate it also. You say that, yes, it's Krishna's mercy, devotee's mercy. Like, you may celebrate, that is fine, but we also keep that, peaceful demeanor that, yes, it is actually mercy of Krishna. That way. So, happiness and distress both should be tolerated. If it is tolerated, then Krishna says that such a person will attain Amritatva. Then you will attain the liberation. You will be able to go beyond this world to attain the transcendental world. This way. So, especially Prabhupada writes the purport for sannyasis and the brahmacharis. It's a very nice purport. He says, in the Varnashrama institution, the fourth stage of life, namely the renounced order, sannyas, is a painstaking situation. But one who is serious about making his life perfect surely adopts the sannyas order of life, in spite of all difficulties. The difficulties usually arise from having to sever family relationships, to give up the connection of wife and children. But if anyone is able to tolerate such difficulties, surely his path to spiritual realization is complete. So especially on the path of renunciation, where you have to tolerate the allurement of this world, you have to tolerate the senses, mind, and all the anarthas, everything. And if you can go on, so it's very wonderful. Then one will become Jivetayo Mukti Pade Sadaya Bhag. Just like Lord Chaitanya took the sannyas at the age of 24. And we see that what a great sannyasi he was. So especially Lord Chaitanya is the Lord, Supreme Lord himself. But for us, this tolerance aspect is very, very important in our life also. We should remember that by tolerating and by keeping our priorities, we will always be able to achieve that goal, right? See, we decide our destination based on what we want in our life, right? Not based on what are the circumstances, or what are the you could say, like if you want to go to a place, and if there is a traffic jam, or if there is not a good road, so do you say that, okay, where is better road, better go there? Whatever destination it takes, no problem. I am worried about good road. So you want to go to school and you go to desert somewhere. Why? Because you took the road which is good road. A good road. On the school road there were some problems and all. So this is how you do, or you decide the destination and no matter what you reach there. We decide the destination and we reach there. So in life also, difficulties will be there, but our goal should be fixed. I want to do this. And then for that goal, we may take some detour, we may take some alternative route, but the goal should be fixed. So same in bhakti or in our studies, in our job, our goal is fixed, and to attain that, we remain determined. So we can arrange things around that. So that's basically the perfect goal of, or rather perfect benefit of following this life. So Krishna in this way has spoken to Arjuna about the individuality of the soul, the transcendental identity of the soul, and Krishna now, he continues this for next, you could say almost till 27. He explains this principle in detail. This is called Atma Anatma Vivek. This is called Jnana, or Atma Anatma Vivek, also known as Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya, all these things. So what is body, what is soul, and what is the difference? So let's go through these verses quickly now. Nasato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate satah, ubhayorapi drishtontas, tvanayos tattvadarshibhihi. Yes.
Those who are seers of the truth have concluded that all of the non-existent, the material body, that
But the eternal, the soul, there is no change. This they have concluded by studying the nature of God.
Yeah, somebody else was also reading? She was reading, okay. That's like Gargi and Maitreyi from Brihadaranyaka. Yes. So, he explains this Atma Anatma Vivek, difference between body and soul. Nasato vidyate bhavo. The word is asat here, asat. This is the word, asat. So, asat does not have bhava, Krishna is saying. Asat means what? The matter. And bhava means what? Bhava means unchanging nature or endurance. So, does the matter have endurance? No, it does not. So Krishna is telling, like, this matter is there. It will stay like this for some time, some years. After that it will dwindle, decay and fall apart. So asat does not have bhava, meaning the matter does not have endurance. And na bhavo vidyate satah. And that which is sat. So asat means matter. So sat would be what? Spirit. Yeah, spiritual things, spirit. So spirit, na bhavo vidyate satah. And the spirit does not have abhava. Means the spirit does not have this changeable characteristic. That it keeps on changing. Or it keeps on disintegrating. Or it... Does the spirit have that quality? Spirit remains changeless or not? It remains changeless. So you understand? Bhava is the endurance, which means changelessness, and abhava means changeability, the change. So these two are the aspects. And he says, Ubhayor api drashtontaha tvanayos tattvadarshibhi. Those who are tattvadarshi, those who are philosophers, they have seen the nature of both of these things, matter and spirit, and they have understood that yes, this is how they are. One has endurance, one will never change, another has the characteristic of change. This way. And we see that in our own life also, right? The Atma remains the same in the body, but the body keeps on changing. Right? There is endurance in the body or not? Endurance is not there because it's matter, no? Yeah. Endurance means it will stay for some time, but is it undergoing change or not?
Yes.
Then we will say there is no endurance like that. But the Atma, does it undergo change? No, it never undergo change. The subtle body also undergo change. Subtle body, which is made up of mind, intelligence, ego, that also undergo change. Subtle body is compared to be like you have, the children make some toys of that mud, right? Toy mud, they say. And then you can change the shape in any way. You can make this, you can make that. I don't know whether it is there here, but it's there. Yeah, toy mud or like. So similarly, it is said that the subtle body also, it changes the shape. Changes the shape in the sense that it can change the characteristics.
Clay.
It's clay. Yeah, it's clay. Yes, toy clay. That's the thing. So the point is, yes, there is no endurance of the changing body. But the spirit soul exists permanently. So this is a fundamental principle. That's all Krishna is telling over here. This way. Let's go ahead. Avinashi tu tadvidhi yena sarvam idam tatam vinasham avyayasyasya na kaschit kartum arhati. So now between nasato vidyate bhavo and na bhavo vidyate satah. So first he explains na bhavo vidyate satah. He explains that how the spirit soul does not have any changeability, or it does not undergo any change. So that's what he is explaining in this verse. So he says that spirit soul which is in the body, it is avinashi. Can you destroy the soul? Can you create the soul? It cannot be created. It cannot be destroyed. That's called nitya. Soul never can be created. Sometimes people feel like initially only Krishna was there and nobody was there, and then Krishna created us. It's not like that. We were always there with Krishna. It was never a time that we were not there. It may be there that when the Prakritik Pralay happens, at that point of time, because all the bodies and everything get destroyed, so the soul goes and sleeps in the body of Mahavishnu. But when that soul is sleeping in the body of Mahavishnu and next Pralaya, next creation, he is getting body, is Krishna creating the soul? There is no creation. The living entity is co-eternal with the Lord. We are co-eternal. We can never say that we were created at a point of time. Before that only Krishna was there. Nobody else was there. No. Krishna and living entities, always they were there. As soon as you put that kind of condition, creation, meaning before that we were not there. Barabar hai? And then how is then jayate, na jayate, mriyate va kadachin, nayam bhutva. So that's why avinashi, yes.
So when the soul enters after the pralaya, when soul enters into the body of the Lord, and then the karma is reset, or the previous karma again starts?
Yeah. So what happens is, karma is also stored. It is stored. Karma is stored. The swabhava of his subtle body, that is also stored. Kala is there, karma is there, everything is stored. So if that fellow has acted in such a way that he has destroyed all karma and is ready to go back home, back to Godhead now, then the karma will be destroyed. But if he has not become like that, then the karma will be stored. So as soon as next creational cycle comes, that karma gets applied to him, and then he is born with that karma. So karma continues. Yes.
There is a question
from here? Yes, bro.
That was Aham Sarvasarva Bhavatta Sarvatra. Krishna says everything comes from me.
Yeah. So
all the Jivatma also.
Correct. Yeah. So that particular verse we have to study scrutinizingly. What is Krishna saying there is, Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo, I am the source of everything, and Mattaha Sarvam Pravartate literally means actually, and everything operates because of me. Pravartate literally means everything operates because of me. So even if we take the general translation also that everything emanates from me, basically what it means is the creation, the ingredients of material world and all that emanates from me. It does not mean that the souls emanate from me. See, emanation means what? Like before that, then the soul was there or not? What will you say? The soul was not there before that. So it will violate or contradict that eternality of the soul. So it's like this. As soon as you talk about sun planet, the sun particles will be there or not? They will be there. You talk about sun, the sun particles will be there. ऐसा क्या होगा सूरज की जहाँ sun, उसमें सूरज के कण ही नहीं है? So what sort of sun is that? So sun and sun particles, they always exist together. So when Krishna says no mattaha sarvam pravartate, it basically means everything that is required to run the material world, everything comes from me. As far as the souls are there, he can say that also, that the souls, they are my part and parcel. But Krishna is not saying in this sense anywhere that, well, I create the Jivatma. That never Krishna says anywhere. I never create Jivatma. He says, Mamevamsho Jivaloke Jivabhuta Sanatana. They are my parts and parcels, Sanatana, for eternity. For eternity they are there. Not like at some point of time I created them. So yes, Prabhu, Mattaha Sarvam Pravartate should be seen in that way, that it's pertaining to the management of the. So that verse also, very important. Ahameva asameva agre. So there the understanding is that what Krishna says there is Ahameva asam, and Jiva Goswami says, when a king says that only I was there. So what does that mean? King bichara akela baitha hai udhar. So when king says only I was there, it means that I was not working and all that. I was personally enjoying my life with my queen, with my entourage and all that. So that is the meaning of that verse, he says. We should never feel that Krishna alone was there. No, Krishna means to say that in the beginning of creation there was no office work. Ahamevasam, I was with myself, So that means the consort and all. Got it? So that's how it is. Krishna will always be with his devotees. All, as far as the material world jivas are there, they were sleeping in Mahavishnu. So when in the next creation cycle, they are brought about. So the word is co-eternal. Remember this word. The jivas are co-eternal with Krishna. Like that. They exist. They are never created by Krishna. Because as soon as you see creation, it will be a problem. This way. Avinashi tu tadvidhi yena sarvam vidam. So you know that soul is avinashi. It is never destroyed. And that soul, sarvamidam tatam, it is actually present by its consciousness, it is present in entire body. If I ask you, where is the soul in your body? What will you answer? Where is the soul? Like Prabhupada asked, to that child, show me yourself. Where is the soul? Siraj, where is the soul?
In our body.
Yeah, in our body, where? In the ear? Nikalo bahar. Kidhar hai?
In the heart.
Here, in the heart? So if somebody's heart transplant occurs, then the soul goes with heart. What happens exactly with the heart transplant? If it's in the heart, then you change the heart, right? So then it should go with the heart, right? So where is the soul in our system? Yes, bro?
So as per the Shloka, everywhere in the body. It pervades through the body.
Pervades the entire body. Yes. So now when we say pervades, that pervasiveness is in terms of like you have sun at one place. And still we say through the light, sun pervades everywhere. So where is the soul? Remember, the soul is there there are 5 airs in our body. Prana, Apana, Vyana, Samana, Udana. So these 5 airs, they move in our body actually. 5 primary airs, 5 secondary airs. Dasha pranas or Pancha pranas. So all these airs have one equilibrium point which is near the region of the heart. Not the physical heart, not that. No, not that. It means the region of heart means it is actually Anahat Chakra. It's talking about. So the soul is floating on that Pancha Pranas in our system. The soul keeps on floating on that. And next to soul, Paramatma is also there. He is also floating. Both of them. So that's the position of soul. It's not exactly heart, physical heart. It's in the region of heart, you could say. But it's basically floating on that Pancha Pranas. So sometimes that Pancha Pranas equilibrium point goes up and down also, depending on the kind of air movement in our body. So soul also moves up and down. So what these yogis do, you have heard this Kundalini people. So they start lifting up that soul, up by practicing, chakra yoga, Shat Chakra yoga or Sapta Chakra. Starting from Mooladhara Chakra, then going to Swadhisthana, then going to Manipuraka, then Anahata, then Vishuddha Chakra, then Agya Chakra, and finally is the last one. They have different names. I think, what's the last was? Last one I forgot, the chakra. The last one is another. Sahasrar. Yeah, Sahasrar. So that's the last one. So they start lifting this soul up, and finally they want to take this soul out from the Sahasrar chakra. So when you can do that, then you can go to any desired destination. You can go even to Vaikuntha. It's possible. That's how the yogis try for that thing. So this soul is there actually. It's floating on the Pancha Pranas. And that's the location of soul, in the region of the heart, meaning you could say in that region of the Anahat Chakra, it is floating, or it may go up and down. So for those people who are very pious, the soul lives from the upper holes of the body. Upper holes like mouth, or like ears, or like eyes, or the best is this, Sahasrar. Agya Chakra is here, but greater than that is this. But any upper holes is fine if the soul lives. But if the soul lives from the lower holes of the body, then one attains the hellish destination, or lower destination. That shows that the person probably has not led a very pious life. So for them it happens like that, this way. So yogis always try for that thing, this way. So although in the region of heart floating on that Panchapranas, but you see the soul, it actually illuminates the entire body, just like sun may be at one position, but it illuminates the entire body. So that's what is mentioned over here. Vinasham avyayasya na kaschit kartum arhati. So this particular soul is avyaya. It is indestructible. It is imperishable. We see that no one can destroy that. So Krishna is explaining about the soul. So the size of the soul is also mentioned here. This is very famous verse, you know this. Keshagra shatabhagasya shatamshaha sadrishatmakaha jivaha sukshma swarupoyam sankhyatito hichitkana. What is the size of the soul? 1/10,000 of the upper portion of the hair. You take a hair, take a cross section, make 10,000 parts. So one part is soul size. But then whose hair? Human hair or porcupine's hair? Or hair of what exactly? Right? Which hair? Kiska hava bal? Because based on that the dimensions will change. Porcupine's hair means huge one. You know porcupine? They have small, all those. Yeah. So you understand, whenever dimensions are spoken in Shastra about the spiritual subject, no, those dimensions are only indicative. They don't actually, they should not be taken literally. They are indicative. Suchak hai ye, suchak. Bhaktivinoda says that they are suchak. This whole comparison is given to say that the soul is extremely small. It is like extremely sukshma, subtle, infinitesimal. That's the point. Otherwise, if you say 1/10,000 of the tip of the hair, then you take, and then you say, our electron microscope can see it. Let's try to see the soul, or like that. No. It's a different substance only altogether. It's not just subtle, it is spiritual. So you can't see. Even if you develop a microscope which is 10 times powerful. No. And all these dimensions, as I said, they should be taken as indicative. Like in the heart, the size of Paramatma is of the thumb size. So now thumb means whose thumb? Child's thumb, or your thumb, or WWE wrestler's thumb. Exactly. So it's indicative. It is just an indication being told to you that it's about that size. When yogis meditate on Paramatma, they see that form is about that size. About something like that. And that way. That's indicational. This way. So this is how. The soul is atomic in size and can be perceived by perfect intelligence. This atomic soul is floating in 5 kinds of air. Prabhupada also is telling. You can see. Pranaha panchada samvivesha. And spreads its influence all over the body. When the soul is purified from contamination of 5 kinds of material air, then its spiritual influence is exhibited. So this entire Hatha Yoga system is basically trying to raise the soul to take it out from the upper holes of the body this way. So that's the spirit soul. And now Krishna speaks about the other aspect. What is that? He says, Nasato vidyate bhavo. He speaks about the body. Antavantai me deha nityasyokta sharirinaha Anashino prameyasya tasmad yudhyasva bharata. Yes.
Material body of indestructible, immeasurable, and eternal living entity is sure to come to an end. Therefore, fight, co-descendant of Bharat.
So Krishna is saying, and as far as bodies are concerned, antavanta ime deha, they are always going to be destroyed, right? Soul is nitya, body is destroyed. Anashino aprameyasya, aprameya, that soul is immeasurable. You cannot measure its dimension. So that's how, when I was saying 1/10,000th tip of the hair, and then here you say immeasurable, that means that it is indicational. You understand? We can't take it literally. We have to take it more like indicational. So tasmat yudhyasva bharat. So if body is dead, soul is eternal, so what's your problem then? You fight war, no? Right? Body is dead, soul is eternal. So then what is your problem then? You fight the war. Why you are lamenting? You don't have to lament for body. You don't have to lament for the soul also. But still I am feeling separation. That's why matra sparshastu. I said that, you tolerate. So it's blocking, you could say answering everything this way. Jayanam vetti hantaram yashchayanam manyate hatam ubhau tau na vijanito nayam hanti na hanyate.
Neither who is things, the living entity, the slayer, or he who thinks it slain is an knowledge for the self, says nor is slain.
Yeah, slain. Yes. So if somebody out of ignorance is thinking that, oh, the soul is killed, or somebody is saying, oh, the soul is the killer, both the people are what? Na vijanito, ubhav tau na vijanito. Dono bhi jante nahi hai kuch. Because this fellow is saying, oh, he is the killer, and that fellow is saying he is killed. Of course, this doesn't mean that somebody takes gun and starts shooting everyone and say that, wo kaun hatyara hai? I am not the killer. Kisko mara? Mara kya kisi ko? I didn't kill. He can't say like that. There is the other aspect, but Krishna is speaking right now at the level of soul. So that's why he is telling this. That if you are thinking I killed the soul, or somebody is thinking that the soul is the killer, it's not. But still there is a responsibility of why should act. That he will speak ahead. But right now he is speaking only from the identity aspect. Can we call the soul as killer? No. Can we call the soul as killed? Absolutely no. No question only. It cannot be destroyed only. The soul. He cannot be. So he is speaking about that. This, however, Prabhupada says, does not at all encourage killing of the body. The Vedic injunction is ma himsyat sarva bhutani. Never commit violence to anyone. This way. One time in Mumbai there was a case like that. One fellow, he killed 2 people and he said that, bring Bhagavad Gita. You are bringing to only take the oath, right? Jo bhi kahunga, sach kahunga. But he said, you read Bhagavad Gita, what is? Nayam hanti na hanyate. Like that. So it happened, actually happened in Mumbai. So the judge said, Arey, scholar leke aao bhai Bhagavad Gita. Please bring the scholars. This fellow is arguing like that. So then those who nicely know Bhagavad Gita, then they told judge, what is Krishna saying here? And then judges said that, oh, actually we should also learn Bhagavad Gita, at least basic knowledge we should have. It had happened like that. So you can see, ma himsat sarva bhutani, never commit violence to anyone. You may be soul, but you are given this body to use it in dharma, not commit violence. That's why, no way. So we'll stop with this verse. Na jayate mriyate va kadachit नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. Okay.
The soul that is neither born nor dead at any time. He has not come
Into being.
into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. He is unborn, eternal, and ever existing and immortal. He is not slain when such body is dead.
Yeah. So this verse is telling about that eternality of the soul again, and it's especially telling about how there are no 6 kinds of transformation which are there in the soul is free from 6 kind of transformations. You have heard these 6 transformations, Shadvikar. They are known as the matter undergoes Shadvikar. So the spirit does not undergo Shadvikar. So Prabhupada quotes them in the purport. Note this carefully. This is an important point. So what are the Shadvikar? Jayate. It takes its birth. Like matter comes into being, right? Takes birth. Then Asti remains for some time. Vardhate grows for some time. Then Viparinamate produces some effects. Then Apakshiyate dwindles. And finally Vinashyati vanishes. Does the soul have any of these transformations? Does soul, first of all, does it take birth? No. Then remains for some time. The soul remains for all the time. It just doesn't remain for some time. Asti is in the sense of sustenance for some time. No. Does the soul grow? No. Does it produce byproducts? No. Does it dwindle? No. And does it vanish? No. It never. So that's why this is what is mentioned here. Na jayate, na mriyate, na yam bhutva bhavita vana bhuya. It always is there. It's not that it was there today, it's there today, tomorrow it won't be there. It is ajaha, unborn, nityaha. It is eternal, shashvat. It is permanent, purana, primeval. So actually the soul is na hanyate, it is never killed. Even though the body may be destroyed, but can the soul be killed? No. So it is free from 6 transformation. That's all. That's the point of this verse. Nothing much more than that. Like that. So Prabhupada says that the soul is present in the body like the sun is present and through consciousness. So sun is present and you can see, understand sun by what? Like if in this room, outside sun is there. So in this room, how can we understand? Light will be there, right? Light will be there. Similarly, in the body, how can we understand the soul is there? Consciousness will be there. So consciousness is that light, you can say, that is spread by the soul, by which we can understand the soul is there this way. So that's all the point of this particular verses. So the characteristic of souls will continue to be spoken. So we will continue tomorrow. This discussion will take about 45 minutes more and then we move to the next. Okay. Yeah. I'm going a little slow, but I have to pick up the speed now tomorrow. Let's see. Most of this chapter will be done tomorrow. If at all, some 10-15 verses will remain. That's it. Okay. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Yes. Any question or anything quick? Yes. Prabhuji ka bhi hai? Kya? Acha? Okay. ठीक है प्रभु, एक जीव